zebra. Look at that. Beautiful kudu bull lying down in the grass there as well. Straight over there. He's got a cheek full of leaves there to chew. Also quite cool that he's relaxed with us. He's not minding us too much. Quite often the bulls, generally speaking actually, the bulls are much more skittish and jumpy than the females. They like being in the thick bush, a little bit more secretive. Especially when they get older. When they get to about 6-7 years old, you don't see the big males often. This is not that old. He's probably about 4 years, maybe 5 at the most. About 4 years old. He's still got a full sort of turn to finish. Those horns over the next 2 years will still do another corkscrew before he gets to be sort of fighting size, if you want. Quite a few others around here, quite a few kudu as well as zebra. They all dispersed through the bush there, but beautiful big kudu cow in the front, and then a little herd of about 6 or 8 birch or zebra. She's in very good condition. I was actually looking at her just now. Physically she's very bulky, very good shape for a cow. Don't know if you noticed that in the throat. She just swallowed the one cud and got the other one back up. You see her doing it, a movement just below the face there on the neck. Beautiful female. She's in very good condition. Now I've said this already, but just looking at our shinier coaties, considering we're at the end of winter now, the leaves and the food material that they're eating is not at its best. She's still in very good shape, very shiny, very healthy looking. That oxpecker also hopping around on her, so she obviously makes sure that she allows a lot of oxpeckers on and not a lot of ticks. You can see she's grooming herself. This whole herd of kudu, actually, all of them looking really ship shape. There's a bit of an older cow going to walk through the front there. She's getting a bit darker as well. You can just see the hair is a bit, she's probably about 8 years old or 7 years old already. young bull in the back. There's a few zebras also coming out a bit more now. It'll be interesting to see if that bull moves. It looks like he might want to move with that zebra getting too close. There's not two species you see very often, or that you see together very often, like this kudu and zebra. They've got very different food habits or eating habits. Kudus are purely browsers, they eat leaves, twigs. Zebras are bulk grazers, they prefer the more open grassland areas and grazing. So it's not all that often that you see them this close together. Both of them quite big animals as well, so there's no competition really, but you normally find that, generally speaking, the bigger the animal is, the more way it gets given by the other species. Like you see there, the kudu deciding just to move off. It's quite interesting. We're going to drive past them. I'm going to go have a look at Treehouse Dam. Have a good look at these zebra and kudus again as well. They're sort of spread out either side of the road at the moment. Morning. Beautiful. Look at him. Black and white mohawk. Rather cool. Zebras there, and some kudus in the front of us, surrounded by animals here. Fresh elephant dung as well on the road. Looks like literally in the last half an hour or so the flies have just found it. So this is quite the happening little spot this morning. Quiet for the moment. Quiet as you see around this waterhole as well. The wind's still blowing a little bit. Maybe that's what animals are just keeping in the bush. I think those zebras and kudus we just saw earlier probably slowly going to make their way to this dam. But for the moment, thank you very much for joining us on this morning's drive. It's been a beautiful morning. It's nice to have lots of sunlight back, and I'm sure you're enjoying seeing Buffelshoek Dam again, and we look forward to seeing what the waterholes bring for the rest of the day. From myself, Peter, from Rob and Cameron, Haley back at the Live Control Centre, always a pleasure to have you as our guest here, and always a pleasure to look around beautiful reserve and everything it has to show for us, and look forward to this afternoon's drive. You're going to be spending some time with Rexon as well, and we'll see you then. Thanks a lot and enjoy your day. Cheers.